In this video, we're uncovering the weird and wonderful tapestry that is South Dakota's small towns, where the bizarre blends with the historical, creating a travel experience unlike any other. From gateway cities to presidential monuments that have their own fair share of tourist traps, to quaint spots where prehistory takes the stage next to gold mines, we're journeying through the most peculiar places this state has to offer. Get ready to meet a town with a mammoth-sized obsession, wild burros strolling the streets, and a ghost town that's as silent as its name suggests. From the unexpected to the outright whimsical, these towns tell a story of South Dakota's unique allure. Don't miss a single odd detail. Make sure to hit subscribe before we ride into the heart of America's beloved frontier oddities. Number 10. Yankton, South Dakota. Perched on the banks of the Missouri River, Yankton prides itself as the mother city of the Dakotas. Its streets carry whispers of its grandeur as the former capital of the Dakota Territory, a position it held briefly with old-world charm. Yet, to the unsuspecting visitor, Yankton may seem unassuming, even quaint. The city's historic weight seems compressed into its compact downtown, with buildings that gaze upon modern life as if stuck in a time warp. Local opinions often reflect a sense of surprise. Yankton appears smaller than what its rich backstory implies. A town steeped in history, it nevertheless emanates a vibe of being frozen in time, its glories echoing softly through its quiet, heritage-lined streets. Number 9. Hot Springs, South Dakota. Nestled in the southern Black Hills, Hot Springs is home to an active dig site that's both a paleontologist's paradise and a tourist trap, the Mammoth Site. With a climate made milder by warm springs, the town exudes an otherworldly vibe that's as inviting as it is mysterious. This quaint town offers an unexpected blend of the rugged Old West and the comforts of a modern spa destination. Strolling through the historic downtown, you might spot cowboy boots clicking past Victorian-style buildings on their way to natural hot springs. There's an undeniable kitsch to the town's fixation with mammoths. They're everywhere from gift shop windows to motel signs. But this prehistoric penchant gives Hot Springs a certain retro charm that's as peculiar as it is endearing. Number 8. Keystone, South Dakota. Tucked into the Black Hills, Keystone is the unassuming gateway to the monumental faces of Mount Rushmore. Yet beyond the granite-carved heads, the town itself parades a peculiar charm that's unmistakably its own. Packed into this pint-sized hamlet is an array of tourist-centric oddities, each jostling for attention. Wander through a maze of souvenir shops, wax museums, and themed eateries, a veritable smorgasbord of kitsch. Local sentiment is often split. While some revel in the gaudy glory that pays homage to 4 great presidents, others see Keystone as a town engulfed in tourist traps. It's almost like a pop-up carnival, where the main show is presidential adulation, and every attraction competes to capture that spirit. Number 7. Hill City, South Dakota. Once a hotspot for gold fever, Hill City now finds itself enraptured by a different kind of rush, a prehistoric one. It's a place where the legacy of prospectors and fossil hunters coalesce, creating a tapestry rich in history that feels lost in time. Even the streets seem to echo with the sounds of pickaxes and the rumbles of dinosaurs. In this quaint town, dinosaurs have not gone extinct, but rather taken on a new life, capturing the imaginations of locals and visitors alike. Every corner of Hill City is dotted with fossil shops, dino-themed attractions, and ancient artifacts that turn a stroll into a walk through the epochs. The fascination runs so deep, it's as if the residents expect a T-Rex to turn the corner. Hill City can feel like a parallel universe where artisan craftwork and a prehistoric past collide in a fusion that's equal parts charming and bizarre. Here, you can sip locally brewed coffee in a cafe while gazing at intricately carved trilobites, a peculiar juxtaposition that makes the town undoubtedly unique. It's an unexpected retreat for creatives and dinosaur devotees alike, each drawn to Hill City's singularly odd allure. Number 6. Custer, South Dakota. Nestled within the Black Hills, Custer holds onto history with a tenacious grip, named after the infamous General George Armstrong Custer. It's the epitome of wild Western heritage, or at least it strives to be, with its streets occasionally commandeered by wandering wild burros. A quirky sight indeed. The town's effort to embody the quintessential Old West comes across as a little forced at times. However, the presence of the burros strikingly connects the past with the present. These four-legged locals unintentionally provide comic relief and end up being more memorable than the town's deliberate historical references. Although Custer might lean heavily on its frontier narrative, sometimes bordering on cliché, the burros roaming its thoroughfares add an unexpected layer of charm. These gentle beasts draw tourists and animal lovers alike, proving that sometimes a town's attractions aren't just historical markers or museums, but can simply be its charming, free-roaming residents. Number 5. Sturgis, South Dakota. Nestled in the Black Hills, Sturgis may seem like any other sleepy town with its tranquil streets and unassuming facade. But as summer approaches, this quaint hamlet gears up for a transformation that's anything but ordinary: the legendary Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. For one explosive week, Sturgis becomes the epicenter of motorcycle culture as hundreds of thousands of bikers thunder into town. The peaceful community bursts to life with roaring engines, live music, and leather-clad visitors, creating a raucous festival atmosphere that feels worlds apart from its usual serenity. Once the last motorcycle rumbles away, Sturgis reclaims its calm, almost secretive identity, leaving behind just the echoes of its wild alter ego. It's a town of stark contradictions, where the haunting silence of empty streets belies the annual cacophony of biker revelry, making Sturgis a peculiarly silent enigma for the rest of the year. Number 4. Wall, South Dakota. Tucked away in the prairies of South Dakota lies Wall, a tiptoe through a town that somehow houses the colossal Wall drugstore. More than just a store, this spot has morphed into a veritable kingdom of commerce, an oversized tourist magnet where the American penchant for roadside attractions reaches its zenith. Wall epitomizes the tale of a one-horse town that galloped full stride into the throes of roadside fame. Far from just a pit stop, this small locale is festooned with quirky bric-a-brac and free ice water signs that have beckoned travelers for generations. Let's face it, Wall Drug has become an unabashed temple to both capitalism and kitsch, a place where souvenir hunters can satiate their thirst for the whimsical and the wacky. Despite the initial eyebrow raise, there's a certain charm in this emporium of the eccentric that keeps us coming back for more. Number 3. Deadwood, South Dakota. Stepping into Deadwood is like walking onto the set of a wild Western film. Only the gunslingers and outlaws aren't actors. This town thrives on its notorious gold rush past. Each corner tells a story where historical notoriety is not just preserved, but celebrated, inviting you to gamble in saloons that once hosted infamous figures with bounties on their heads. It's not every day you see a town so devoted to its colorful history, boasting year-round reenactments that bring the old tales of lawlessness and fortune-seeking to life. The clang of slot machines joins the chorus as legal gambling echoes the risky ventures of those who came seeking gold, with visitors now trying their luck at striking it rich. Deadwood's blend of historical authenticity with a touch of profitable showmanship is nothing short of a quirky spectacle. The town is a masterclass in spinning a checkered past into a goldmine of kitsch, where the line between history and entertainment is gleefully blurred in favor of fun and revelry. Number 2. Murdo, South Dakota. Tucked into the rolling plains of South Dakota, Murdo might blink past your window as a blip on the interstate if not for the Pioneer Auto Museum. This car fanatic's paradise is a shrine to the days when chrome was king and tail fins were the height of fashion. Murdo seems caught in a time warp, a town where the gleam of vintage cars outshines the present. Here, the nostalgia is so thick you could cut it with a knife, and the quiet streets resonate with the phantom roar of engines from a bygone era. And yet, this automotive haven is as bizarre as it is fascinating. More cars than people, they say. It's an eccentric pit stop that has gearheads flocking, but leaves others wondering if they've stepped into an alternate reality where the car is king and the town merely its loyal subject. Number 1. Scenic, South Dakota. Mosey on down to scenic South Dakota, a true ghost town where abandonment isn't just an aesthetic. It's the very fabric of the place. Here, forgotten structures loom like skeletal remnants of a bygone era, each empty window a portal to the past. The silence in scenic is profound, a hush so deep it amplifies the slightest whisper of the wind. This stillness is a jarring contrast to the town's promising name, offering not scenic vistas but a tableau of desolation and emptiness. Some might find the name scenic laughably ironic, others may feel it's the ultimate letdown. Regardless, it's hard to shake the eerie allure of this desolate spot, a place that can chill the spine as much as it fascinates the mind. Special mention: Mitchell and the Corn Palace. Mitchell's Corn Palace isn't the strangest on our South Dakota tour, but it earns a special mention for its sheer oddity. This peculiar palace, crafted from corn and other grains, stands as a monument to an art form that's as agricultural as it is creative. Who knew that farm crops could be transformed into such an avant-garde public spectacle? Situated in Mitchell, South Dakota, this monumental structure is far more than a quirky roadside attraction. It's a celebration of the state's farming roots, with its murals and mosaics of corn creating an homage to the heartland. The Corn Palace serves up a slice of agricultural history in a truly distinctive package. While some might dismiss it as hokey, the Corn Palace is undeniably a slice of pure Americana. It's a yearly event where corn becomes the medium for colossal artistry, weaving together community, tradition, and a love of the land. Call it corny, but there's no denying the Corn Palace is an endearingly unique beacon amidst the American landscape. As we wrap up our trek through the oddities and eccentricities that South Dakota has to offer, it's clear that each of these sparsely populated locales etches an indelible mark on the state's character. From the mammoth-obsessed alleys of Hot Springs to the ghostly silence of Scenic, each town boasts a bizarre yet captivating allure. So, as you ponder your next travel destination, consider seeking out the idiosyncrasies and small-town charms that give regions their soul. South Dakota, with its blend of historical significance, prehistoric fixations, and roadside curiosities, stands as a testament to America's vibrant tapestry of unique attractions. It's in the unexpected and the offbeat that we often find the most memorable experiences. Embrace the weirdness and delight in the authentic spirit of each of these towns. It's what makes them, and indeed all travel, undeniably enriching. Remember, the journey is as much about the stories we gather as the sights we see. So let these peculiar places spark your curiosity and draw you into the narratives that weave into the fabric of the Dakotas.